Marching on together, marching on together, marching on together, fans are called the BOLIYAN. Marching on together, fans are called the BOLIYAN. Allez. Hello and welcome to the Loco Leeds football channel with my official Facebook group partner Leeds Plus. It's Jinder Jade with another episode 11 of the Fan View. How are you guys doing? It is the close season, but I like to bring you as much content as I can in the close season. We are missing Leeds United, but it's not long now. It's not long left. On screen, you can see a very good friend of mine, Tommy TalksBall. Tommy, massive Tottenham fan. Just going to welcome him on. We are going to be talking Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to be talking Leeds United. But before we talk about our beloved clubs, we need to talk about England. Tomorrow is the big game, Tommy. What a summer it's turning out to be, matey. And it's coming home, man. It really looks like it's, if it's not going to come home tomorrow, and in the next couple of weeks, when can it come home? Because look at the draw. We beat Ukraine tomorrow, mate.
Oh man, thanks for having me. But it's dangerous talk, man. That is dangerous talk when you start looking at the draw, when you start looking at the semi-finals and that. But you look at the road and you see it should be clear given the Germany result and Croatia are no mugs. I mean, World Cup finalists a few years back. So you'd imagine the road is clear, but I've got a funny feeling it's going to be tight. Against Ukraine. We haven't conceded a goal. So how are we going to react? If and when we concede, especially if we concede first? So it's going to be incredible. It's going to be a big game tomorrow evening.
I've got a feeling the road to glory is on now, mate. I really am, because I thought on Tuesday Germany was going to be a really tricky match, but we played really well in the second half, and Jack Grealish came on and changed things. Harry Kane got a goal, Raheem Sterling got a goal, and I'm going to easily segue into a Tottenham Hotspur and Harry Kane link. How have you found Harry Kane's performance at the Euros, buddy? He's still a Tottenham Hotspur player at the moment, isn't he?
Just about. The thing is, the only club that can afford him is Man City, and we've got him first day of the season, so that could be awkward. If he ends up going there. But I'm convinced he's going to stay. And yeah, we know in the group stages, he didn't score. But and he didn't play well. He didn't play particularly well either. But his hunger gets him through. And he doesn't need many chances. He literally doesn't need many chances, and he'll put the chances away from here on in. I think he's going to do very well. I've got a brace. He's going to score a brace tomorrow. I've been saying that since the first game. But he's on a brace tomorrow. It's weird. We haven't got any other Spurs players in the squad. We haven't got any other Spurs players in the England squad, where 4 or 5 years ago we had Dyer, Dele. Dele Alli's not there. How can Dele Alli not be there? But Trippier, Walker, it's incredible. The list goes on. Winks, and now it's just Kane. But he's the captain. He's the big boy, and I'm glad he's the first man on the team sheet. And as I said, tomorrow, he's getting a brace.
Yeah, I was so happy for Harry Kane to score. It was good. We need that. We need everybody pulling in the right direction, and we need to get behind the lads, because just in the media you could feel, or maybe just on social media rather, people were getting on the backs of Harry Kane, weren't they? You could just sense it, and that kind of energy. You don't want that negative energy going to our players, and like I said, domestic football's been put aside. That's what I try to encourage here on my channel. The Fan View is where we can just talk about a little bit about the Euros. We're obviously going to be talking about our teams. But, this is a time where we need to come as one, get behind the lads, get behind Southgate. I know his tactics ain't fantastic. It's not Bielsa ball. It's a different type of football. It's not even the way Mourinho would defend. It's a different style and unique style altogether. But, it's working, and long may it continue. And let's let's see next Sunday that we pick up that trophy. You know, how do you find? We've got one of our lads in the England squad also. What do you make of Calvin Phillips, buddy?
Oh, absolutely outstanding. You know, the superlatives, I can't give him enough superlatives. I was doing a formation today that I put up on Twitter, my team in the Euros so far, and I felt bad not putting him in. But Højbjerg's been incredible. You know, Højbjerg plays for Spurs, so a little bit of a selfish reasoning there. But Calvin Phillips, so calm. Looks like he's been there years. Looks like he's got 40, 50 caps to his name. Incredible. Even in his interviews, seems so chilled, so laid back. You can see why Bielsa and the Leeds fans absolutely go crazy about him. I think we were linked with him. We've been linked with him for a few years when you were back down the Championship. That's not going to happen now. You know, he's, you know, in the current market, he's 50, 60 million pounds, and Leeds don't need to be a selling club. From here on in. So yeah. I mean, how much? How much would you value Calvin Phillips? In terms, like, how much would you value him in terms of? I don't know, top 3, top 4 players. Would you put him in that top 3 at Leeds?
Oh, definitely, most definitely. He's up there in the top 3 bracket. He, in the current state, everything is overvalued anyways. But, you know, of course, I would say he's easily in the Championship. If he was 35 million, I think he's doubled his price now, hasn't he? Really. And I mean, I come from a generation of fans where, you know, 3.5 million pounds. I remember when Alan Shearer was bought, and that was a club record for Blackburn when he made the transfer over from Southampton. And I remember when Leeds bought Brian Deane for a club record 2.9 million back in '93 as well. So, you know, I don't like inflated prices, but the current climate we're living in, this kind of modern generation of football, it's all about the price tag. And what I'm happy with Calvin is, and this is a big thank you to Marcelo Bielsa, who's actually changed the dynamic of Calvin Phillips. The most of the players at Leeds, the dynamic has been changed by the main man, Marcelo Bielsa. And, you know, Calvin Phillips, 7 years ago, was a different player to what you see now.
Was he more defensive? Was he more defensive then, or?
He was a player, and most of my subscribers will know. We had another player called Ronaldo Vieira and Calvin Phillips. They were in the middle of the park. We had Lewis Cook as well. But there was a time where Calvin Phillips, you know, people were calling for his head. He was going to be sold, you know, and not for a 30 million, not for 60 million, maybe for a measly 2 million, or maybe $1 million, if that. He was, you know, it wasn't the same player that you've seen. It's only since Marcelo Bielsa has come into Leeds United in 2018 has changed the fortunes of Calvin Phillips and all the Leeds players in general.
So many. But yeah, it's funny you should say that. Ronaldo Vieira, I remember he was a big unit, wasn't he? I think he went to Sampdoria or something. He was a big boy.
He did.
It was massive. And you had Alex Mowat as well. I know you had Mowat. I think was he at Leeds? Mowat? I think he was at Leeds for a little while as well.
I'm super impressed with you, because off air you were telling me you know a lot about football and different clubs. Well done to you, mate.
Good outside. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Outside of Spurs. It's nice to not talk about Spurs for once, given all the rubbish that's happened to us over the last 4 or 5 months. And as I said, I've always had a soft spot for Leeds. We talk about transfer fees when Peter Ridsdale was going crazy, when he was going absolutely crazy. That was when I was playing Championship Manager, man. That was like my video game. That was my video game, and the Leeds squad back then was incredible, absolutely incredible.
We all do. So listen, I know we're going to be talking. I want to talk about Tottenham to you as well. We're going to talk about Leeds as well. But just quickly, because I don't like to make the fan views too long. So we'll cram in as much as we can. Make it entertaining, guys. If you're watching the fan view, make sure you share it out. Make sure you like the video. Give the El Loco channel a subscribe as well, and also go to Tommy's TalksBall channel, a like and a subscribe, and check his channel out there as well, guys. We're all one community. Let's try and help each other out. So quickly, score prediction for England versus Ukraine in Rome.
Right, I think there's going to be goals, as I mentioned briefly. If Kane's going to score a brace, then we're going to score at least 3. I think 3-1. I think 3-1. And I'm going to be a bit precise here. I think we'll score the first goal. They'll get one back, and then we'll do them in the second half. 3-1. We seem to be a lot better in the second half. So that's my prediction.
I like the confidence. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative, and I'm going to just say 2-0.
It makes sense with Southgate's tactics, but he seems to be doing, having a horses for courses type strategy, and you've got to praise that. It changes it up depending on the team you're playing. So who knows? There could be a few more goals tomorrow. But,
it's a different brand of football for me. Watching England, the first 2, oh my word, what a snooze fest! But obviously, we done well and we got out of the group. But it's when you're accustomed to certain type of football, it's difficult. But like I said, fair play tomorrow. Hopefully all the flags will be out. We'll get past Ukraine onto Wednesday. And
I can't wait. It's the meet now. We're in the meet. It starts in like an hour. I mean, the quarterfinals are up and running again. We're into the business end now. We really truly are. It
is. So you're saying 3-1?
3-1 Spurs.
3-1 England. I'm saying 2-0 England. Come on, get in there.
Come on, the boys.
Bring it on. Right, let's talk about the little elephant in the room. Tottenham Hotspur have finally got a manager. This week, it's been confirmed, has it?
Yeah, a couple of days ago now. A few days ago. Di Santo, he looks happy. He should be happy because he was effectively sacked from Wolves. I don't care what anybody tells me. He was pretty much sacked. It was like when we were looking at Fonseca. It looked like Fonseca was signed on the dotted line. He was replaced by Mourinho after we sacked Mourinho. They didn't give him the contract, Rome. If you don't get a new contract, effectively you're fired. This was the situation with Nuno. It's not the end of the world, He's not the worst. It's not the worst appointment. I mean, he finished twice. He finished 7th twice with Wolves in their first 2 seasons in the Premier League, which is no mean feat. That's no mean feat. Yeah. Struggled last season. I think I talked to a lot of Wolves fans, and they tried to play a 4. They tried to play a 4 this season, and it didn't work out. So we know as Spurs fans, he's going to come in and it's going to be 3 centre-backs, which that worries us because we don't really have one good centre-back, let alone 3. So, we've got Toby Alderweireld. He's like 32 now, 33. He'll be playing tonight, no doubt, for Belgium. He's still good, but playing 3 centre-backs is a big worry for Spurs fans. It's a big worry for Spurs fans. But regardless, we will get behind Nuno 100%, and I will get behind him. It does worry me. It does worry me the fact that he was sacked from Wolves. But do you have a rivalry? Do Leeds have a rivalry with Wolves? Is there anything there?
Not really.
Nothing there.
We don't really have any rivalry.
Once we start getting past the Midlands, I'm struggling in terms of rivalries. Once we get to the Midlands, I'm struggling.
Yeah. We you know what? In all honesty, I really would have really liked Jose Mourinho to stay with Tottenham. I got a bit of a soft spot for Mourinho. Yeah. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I don't mind Tottenham Hotspur at all, but I just believe your chairman is a bit different too. I think he's a bit of a problem, and that's why you probably weren't getting the right manager in the first place. That's why Fonseca nearly signed with yourselves. That's just my own personal opinion. And I just believe that you could have done a little bit better than Nuno, in all honesty.
Your thoughts are shared. Yeah, your thoughts are shared, I can assure you.
I really, for you guys to get into, I don't believe you're a Big 6 club. I believe you've got a stadium that's a That's a massive stadium. But you know what? Chelsea have surpassed you guys, and you know it's you and Arsenal are more or less the same. We're in Leeds, Tottenham, Arsenal, Everton. I think we're in that bracket. I think we're going to be
almost a separate league. It's almost a separate league with Arsenal, isn't it?
It is. It is. I think there's a top 5, and then there's us 5, and then there's the bottom tier. And I don't believe. I hope it works out for Nuno, mate. I really do. I hope you guys do well.
As long as we don't finish above you. As long as you don't finish above you, of course.
as long as you don't finish above Leeds, it's fine. But like I said, look, last year we finished 9th, and you know it was a unprecedented season. We have no fans. The fans are coming back this season. It's going to be a different league. Clubs will find out how Leeds play. You know, or But the thing is, we're also more stable because so far, touching wood, touching my table here, we've everything's stable. Our manager's still there. Everton, they've changed the manager. Crystal Palace have changed the manager. Yourselves have changed the manager. It takes time, doesn't it, to build something? And Crystal Palace, they've brought in a total novice with Patrick Vieira, taking out a thoroughbred like Roy Hodgson, who had everything. All the wheels were in motion. You knew they ain't going to get relegated. They're not going to get promoted. They're not going to finish in the Champions League position. Roy Hodgson was, it was a tried and tested formula. So these are the gambles that you've taken. You've done it. Let's see what happens. Any players that you've been linked with?
Oh, there's a fair few. There's a fair few. As you mentioned with Levy, it's a difficult one. He doesn't release funds. He doesn't release funds too willingly. The only way we're really going to get a large transfer budget this summer is if we sell Kane. Quite frankly, he's already confirmed that the only players we're bringing in are through player sales. He's already, there are a couple of statements that have been released in terms of that. And the problem with us, we've got a lot of deadwood. We can say we can get rid of this guy, we can get rid of that guy, but there's nobody wants to sign them. Nobody wants to sign them. Nobody wants to touch Dele Alli. Dele Alli, 3 or 4 years ago, was worth his weight in gold. He was a number 10 who was scoring 10, 15 goals a season, like Lampard, almost like Lampard. They're worth their weight in gold. Those sort of midfielders. For the first 2 seasons, he was one of the first names on the team sheet in terms of England as well. But now we don't know. It's been 3 years, and his value's dropping, and nobody's interested now. So we don't know where we're going to get the money from to sign players. But we've been linked with a Bologna centre back and right back, which makes sense. He's versatile. He's called Tomiyasu. Well, he looks really good. He's 22 years old. Atlanta have been interested in him, which is promising because Atlanta are magnificent. Their scouting system is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. We saw Goossens for Germany the other day. They've got him on the left. They've signed him from nowhere. So if they're interested in him, it serves us well. And there's a Kessie. There's quite a few Serie A players because our director of football's Paratici from the Serie A. So he'd be lovely. So we'll get 1 or 2 in, regardless of who we sell. But it's difficult. There are so many variables because who is interested in our players and what's going to happen with Harry Kane? Yeah, but yeah, exactly. So I don't know how your transfers are going. I know that Dallas signed a 3-year contract today or yesterday. That's good.
Yeah, great bit of news. I was going to talk to you. I was going to say that. Yeah, so Stuart Dallas has signed, but the Harry Kane is a soap opera in itself, isn't it? So I think that'll be resolved after the Euros. Like with the Tottenham thing, looking from an outside fan and not connected to Tottenham Hotspur at all, I just look at the attitude levels of some of your players, which I sometimes think that they, Dele Alli sometimes lets himself down with the attitude, the sulkiness. Where you flip it over to Leeds, we don't have any superstars, and I think that works well for us. We don't need that kind of. With the superstars, you get the baggage, and that's what I see. At Tottenham, maybe a Harry Kane leaving, maybe a Dele Alli leaving, or fresh players coming in, they may reinvigorate you guys.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, we have too many egos. We have far, far too many egos, and I think that's come with success without winning trophies. Because we were in the Champions League 5-6 years on a bounce. So, yeah, it's not success in itself, but if you're in the best league in the world and you're competing with the top boys, that's an achievement. That's an achievement, and we've got inflated egos. We've got inflated egos. Dele Alli's, the Eric Dyers, they think they're better than they are. We were dying out for a Bielsa. We were dying out for a Bielsa, someone who's just going to rip them to shreds in pre-season, just take their fitness levels to new heights. Because I remember Stuart Dallas. He was an average Championship player. The Luke Aylings. I don't want to diss these guys, but I think he played for Bristol City at right back. These weren't massive signings when Leeds brought them in, but he's invigorated them. He's completely changed them in every which way. I mean, you'll obviously be able to confirm that more than anyone. I mean, Ayling in particular. I heard that the 2 seasons under Bielsa in the Championship, got like Player of the Season at right back. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah. Well, Stuart Dallas last season was our player of the season.
Stuart Dallas last season, bloody hell.
He played so many different positions, and the thing is, it comes from leadership from the top, and we've been, Leeds, the kind of financial ruin that we were under in the early 2000s. It comes from top. It comes from upstairs. The chairman, Radrazani, who's come in, he stabilised our club from the top downwards, and that resonates with the players, with the team, with the community, and it's just really, really refreshing to see that, and also refreshing to see that a lot of players from the lower leagues getting a chance in the Premier League and working their socks off. Okay, like I said, last season, it was an unprecedented season. There was no pressure on us. We just needed to finish 17th, but we finished 9th. Yeah, but to do instantly, we're going to find out what's going to happen. I mean, look, Marcelo Bielsa is in his thought process. That chap will have every solution ready for this season. He is a meticulous planner. Your chap Pochettino came from the school of Marcelo Bielsa, so there is. And like I said, I did like Tottenham through Pochettino, but I like Pochettino. When you signed Pochettino up as your manager, he done really well at Southampton. When he went over to Tottenham, I thought, I had a feeling that this is good. This is really, really good. I just don't get that feeling with the Nuno Santos Espirito. Well, Espirito Santos, I don't know his name, but
yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't see, Mourinho. This isn't a step up from Mourinho kind of thing. It's a step up from.
There are similarities between his appointment and Pochettino's. There are similarities. I mean, Wolves 7th, 8th. Pochettino's Southampton was 7th, 8th. So there is that, but they come from very different schools, as you said. Pochettino very much comes from the school of Bielsa. He says he's like the grandfather of football, and rightly so. And I tell you why I love Bielsa so much is because I don't think he would take any of the top 4 jobs. If the top 4 jobs become available, I don't even think he'd leave Leeds. I honestly don't. I think the guy's got morals and principles beyond most managers. Like it's incredible, that guy. He's just an incredible guy.
Well, I don't know this, but his contract's up, or it may have expired, and he's just working without a contract. It does not. He didn't go on holiday. The season finished. And you may have seen a picture of him on a training ground, training goals.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, I did see something like that. It's incredible.
It's refreshing to have a manager like that, and I just God bless him, and I hope we can really build on the 9th finish, and if we can get in around that area again. And I think we definitely need. We've been linked with a left back from Barcelona, Junior Firpo.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. I haven't seen him play too often, but yeah, I've heard of him.
I think it's been touted at about £15 million, which is good because that's something that we need. We need, I would say, another central midfielder, but we don't want to tinker too much because you know what it is? You don't want to bring egos into the squad.
That's it.
You see,
that's it.
we've got everybody working for each other. Everybody knows their job. I always get wary when we actually when we sell players. Now Alioski, you know, you either like him or you don't. He's like Marmite for Leeds fans. I love him because he works his socks off, and he's a bit of he's like a pit bull terrier. He doesn't take no for an answer. He just carries on, biting at you. And he knows the job though, what Bielsa expects of him. So we don't want to tinker too much, but obviously, we midfield is an area that Leeds might need to look at. I've been impressed with your chap in the Euros, Højbjerg. I'm not saying for 1 minute that Leeds are going to buy him, but he's a solid player.
Yeah, future captain Højbjerg. We need leaders because we're lacking leaders. We've already touched on it. The amount of egos in the Spurs squad, especially in the back line. We need a leader in the back line. It's not even the quality of player. You can see like the Wes Morgan type. He wasn't the greatest centre back in the world for Leicester. He lacked mobility, but he was a real leader. He was a dominant force. We really are lacking that at the back. So that's what we need. And so Alioski is a left back, isn't he? He's your current left back, but he was a left winger as well. He was a left winger as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, but the thing is, most of our players can play dual positions.
Exactly. That's so brilliant. That's so important.
So you need that in modern day football. Alioski started his life out as a left winger, moved him into left back. He plays left wing. He plays left back. Plays left wing for Macedonia, as you've seen in the Euros. Also, Calvin Phillips. He wasn't that type of CDM player. Bielsa made him into that kind of quarterback position, that CDM, where he gets in and he'll go into the centre back area as well, picks up the ball. He can also play, he sometimes can play that way. But when he first started out, he was sort of a regular central midfielder. But Bielsa first saw him in pre-season, and that was just changed in his first season. And I think Phillips has not looked back because he's made that CDM position his own. I like to say he's like Javier Mascherano, that was the first sort of CDM stroke centre back type dude that I saw that would really pick the ball really deep, because the other CDMs, the David Batties of this world, he was still classed as a CDM, but he was a central midfielder, tenacious midfielder. Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, all these players were of the same ilk, and they were a slightly different CDM position. Now this kind of CDM position has evolved from Mascherano, and they've made this unique position in modern day football. But I just want to quickly, before we finish off, Tommy, it's been, thank you for coming on the Fan View. And next season, this, folks, is today is just a quick preview of the Euros, of England, of just wanted to get some content out for you guys on the El Loco channel. But I'm definitely going to be on Tommy's YouTube channel as well, and Tommy will come on the El Loco because we want to do the Fan View when Tottenham and Leeds are playing. It's good to.
Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant.
So this isn't a one-time only deal. The YouTube is like a family. But just want to touch upon quickly. I know Christian Eriksen played for Tottenham Hotspur. Just you must have felt for him like the whole world of football did. But I'm just glad that he's back on his feet, kind of thing.
I'm so glad. I couldn't watch. Honestly, I'm not just saying this. If something did happen, if something fatal happened, I couldn't watch the Euros. I couldn't watch the rest of the Euros. That's how big of a player he was. I was literally in a hotel with my girlfriend, and we just chucked the game on. It's what happened, and it was absolutely crazy. And I felt the worst. But thank God, the emergency service has done such a great job. And I hope more than anything now he just doesn't play. He just stops playing football. He won the Scudetto. He won the Scudetto last year with Inter Milan. Another player that left this club, left Spurs and just winning championships. Trippier won La Liga with Atletico Madrid this season. So he can hang his boots up. If it does come to that, he can hang his boots up. He's brilliant. He was so great for us. He should have been part of a Premier League winning team, to be honest. But I personally hope he never plays. He never plays because I don't want to see that. But yeah, I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad he's fully recovered. So glad he's fully recovered.
Yeah, tremendous player. I wanted a shout for him for for Leeds when he was when he went to Inter Milan. I thought Leeds could have got him as well.
Yeah. No, he was a big time player.
Tremendous player. So, Tommy, can you tell my subscribers where they can find you, mate? The stage is yours.
Right, so I used to be Spurs Zone TV. But I want to come out of it a little bit, like the fan view that Jinder's done here. Absolutely fantastic idea. I want to do more neutral stuff. So you can see my Spurs shirts up here, but I like to talk all clubs and of course the Euros that are happening. So I changed it to Tommy TalksBall, not Tommy TalksBalls. And so you can catch me. You can catch my channel. Make sure you sub up to that. But before you sub and watch previous videos, make sure you sub to this channel because we get a lot of viewers that watch the shows, but they don't sub. So smash that sub. And obviously, if you watched up to this point, you like it. So hit that thumbs up too. It makes a massive difference for the content to grow. And as Jinder rightly said, I'd love to be on here for whether it's a preview or reaction for when we play Leeds during the season and vice versa on my channel. It's a great YouTube community and we're nothing without the fans watching. So, I've got plenty more questions to ask when it comes to Leeds. I've got plenty more questions to ask. Can I just ask one thing before we go?
Yeah,
Harrison. What's happening with Harrison, the Man City Harrison? Did you sign him permanently? I just wanted to know about him.
Jack Harrison, I think next week.
Yeah.
I think something's happening next week because he's been on loan for
3 years. He's got like 3 years from Man City. Yeah, I really like him.
He sort of came with Marcelo Bielsa, it looks like, and so we've had him for 3 years on loan. Hopefully, we'll make it permanent next week, and that's it really with Jack Harrison.
Yeah, because I think it's quality. I think he ended the season really well, and he run us ragged when we played you towards the end of last season. So
There were two good games. You guys won at your place. We won at our place, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, these were the games that as a Leeds fan, I've missed. I wanted to play the likes of Tottenham, just for nostalgia reasons. I would have loved to play at White Hart Lane. I remember the Tottenham side, which had Gascoigne and Lineker, and you had David Howells, you had Paul Stewart, some tremendous players, Eric Torsvik.
Of course.
Justin Edinburgh.
A little bit before my time, but I know. These go down in folklore. These players go down in folklore.
The 90s, Gary Mabbott as well. I remember when Mabbott broke his cheekbone when John Fashanu elbowed him, and that was horrific. Then I also remember Lee Chapman at White Hart Lane because you had all the sand pitted area at White Hart Lane.
Yeah, we did.
And Lee Chapman, he got done, and he fell on the concreted area, and his nose and his cheekbone all sort of broke and everything. It was a real ugly affair, but
those battles are coming back.
Hey?
Those battles are coming back because you're going to be here for a long time now, Leeds. As soon as you came back to the Premier League, that was it. You're going to be here for a very long time.
I hope so. And you know what? It's good to have big clubs. I mean, one thing I saw last season, if you look at that Premier League table, it had some solid teams in there, didn't it? Like solid big clubs. The only smallish type club, would you say, would have been like, I don't know, I'm just going on, fan base size, maybe West Brom or Burnley or somebody, It was solid. It was solid teams in there. Sheffield United, who went down, they've got a big following in Yorkshire as well.
And you still got Nottingham Forest and Derby in the Championship, so it's a matter of time before they come back.
Yeah. So, there's somebody, a rivalry that we can talk about. Derby, Leeds don't like Derby. So
yes.
I wish Derby had got relegated, but you can't get everything. But listen, Tommy, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you getting a bit of time for me, and coming on the Fan View. And like Tommy said, jump on his channel, check it out. It's really good Tottenham Hotspur content. It's good football content in general, anyways. But guys, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. You know the drill. Please like and share the video out to as many people as you can. And if you're not subbed, please subscribe to the Loco Leeds football channel, and also check out Tommy TalksBall as well. But from myself and Tommy, over and out. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.